My name's Simon and I'm a composer. How I got into composing was by accident, but also through a love of music. I love music, and in fact I almost got into being really interested in sound, which I sort of put with music because my father gave me a cassette recorder when I was a kid. And so a cassette recorder in those days was something very new. It meant that you could take a piece of sound like this, record it, and then take it into the bedroom and listen to it underneath the duvet and go, ooh. So that's really what I got interested in. So now I do music for commercials, I've done music for films, I do music for films, I do music for documentaries, and I'm a dad, and I work from home mainly. But one of the nice things about being a composer or involved in music and sound in all these areas is that I get to work with people who are interested in film and are interested in music. And with the musicians I work with, for instance, if I write a piece for a string quartet, I have to know a string quartet. So when I first started out, I didn't know it, but I need a French horn player as well, because I'm going to write a little piece for a brass instrument. So then you look through the lists of French horn players, and you find one who lives in your area, and then you phone them up out of the blue. There's a lot of cold calls, and see if they're interested in working with you. But it's a strange journey, because I'm quite independent, quite obstinate, but what I really like is a sort of collaborative process with working with different people. And so by doing music for commercials, which are generally between 30 seconds long and 90 seconds long, you have to compress your ideas into the commercial. For instance, I did a commercial recently for an Irish cheese, and the commercial was all shot around railway stations, old steam engines and everything. So I thought, oh, this would be really interesting. I could do lots of steam engine sounds and everything like that. And I was completely wrong. What they really wanted was a really nice piano, simple piano melody with a nice lady singing a sort of la la la, pretty little tune on top. So that's what we eventually did. So from my steam engines, we went to a nice pretty lady singing a simple melody with a piano. And films, of course, you have much more time to explore musically. If somebody said to me, would you be interested in doing music for a theatre piece, I would as well. I've done music for dance, which is very interesting. But it seems that I've been very lucky along the years, just meeting people, and I suppose the biggest thing I've always done is to say yes, as opposed to think about it for too long. If somebody said to me, as they have done in the past, Simon, do you want to work on the film, or do you want to be on it, or do you want to be in it? I've always gone, I want to be on it. In other words, I want to work with the crew. I don't really necessarily want to be in front of the camera. I want to learn about how films are made. And when I first started out, I met a few friends of my own age, and they worked in sound editing facilities in the West End of London. And we actually formed a group together from there, because there you learned to cut tape, and people would phone up the office and they'd say, we are doing a commercial for cornflakes and we need the sound of water, of milk going into the cornflake dish. And so we'd have to look through our library of cornflake milk music, and we'd put some music, and if we couldn't find it, we'd have to go and make it. So you'd get your water and your milk and you'd record it going into the bowl, and then you'd send it off to the company, and then they'd give you the money. And that's sort of like sound effects business. And what I do now almost incorporates sound and music, because I can take a sound and I can turn that into almost anything you like. I can make it, I can stretch one clap, I can make it go, or I'll make it go. So I really like to play with sound.